everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that you are joining me again today. For today's video, I thought it'd be fun to go ahead and pack my hospital bag for my scheduled C-section for my triplets. If you're new here, my name is Haley. I'm currently pregnant with triplet girls, which is really exciting. I just hit the 31-week mark and my doctor let me know, have your go bag ready to go. So I thought we could pack it together and just kind of chat about what the second trimester was like, kind of catch you up since it's been a while since I've posted a video. Let's jump right into it. Like I mentioned, I have had a little bit of a hiatus. I totally apologize for that. My phone ran out of storage. Just completely ran out without warning. My iPhone is what I use to record all of my videos, and I was trying to record this and couldn't record more than a minute, and that's when I realized yeah, I had completely run out of storage. So that took me a while to figure out how to clear some space on my phone, but I finally figured it out. I'm not the most tech savvy when it comes to those things, so that I was pretty impressed with myself. You might also notice we have a little change of scenery. I'm sitting in my closet. This just seemed like the easiest place to fill my hospital bag because this is where I've been keeping a lot of the things that I've been ordering for my hospital bag. So I figured instead of moving everything to some other area of my apartment where something might get misplaced, I'll just bring it into the closet and we'll just do it here. So what I am using for my hospital bag is just my carry-on sized suitcase. This might seem a little extra. Even my husband was like, do you really need your suitcase? I am not a duffel bag person. I'm not a backpack person. I don't like duffel bags. I like the hard structure of a suitcase. I just feel like I can organize my things better, see my things better. Plus this is on wheels. I feel like secretly my husband will appreciate it when we're carrying this in and he can just roll it instead of having to carry it. So that is what I'm using. I definitely don't think I'm gonna fill the whole thing, but I just think it'll be nicer for me personally to not do the duffel thing, to just have a suitcase. So most of this is just going to be various clothing items. That's probably the biggest thing that you need to be bringing to the hospital that isn't already provided for you. I did a lot of research. I watched a lot of people's YouTube videos about what they brought for their C-sections, hospital bags in general, that sort of thing. And it seems like people brought a ton of stuff only to find out that most of it was provided for them. So I'm trying to not be the overpacker that I normally am and only bring what I actually really think I'll need. I'm trying not to be an overpacker, and I'm a notoriously bad overpacker, so we'll see. I know for sure there are some things I'm just gonna go overboard on, but I'm trying my best. We're learning together. So one thing I know that I'll need for sure is just comfy clothes for after the C-section. So I just have a stack of some of my favorite pajamas. My thought process when I was thinking about clothing was I want something that buttons in the front, you know, for easy access for skin to skin. We just want buttons so it can just open, be out of the way. I also wanted things that I knew for sure I could pull up past my C-section scar and be a little bit baggy. I didn't want anything touching it, messing with it, that sort of thing. So you'll see a common theme with the clothes. Those are kind of the two things I went off on. So I'm bringing 2 pairs of these pajamas. If you love Target and you love pajamas, you already know these pajamas. These are the Stars Above brand. They're really soft. I have the shorts version. I have them in 2 different colors, gray and then this like funky pattern. I don't know what you would call this. They are amazing pajamas. Even if you are not like a pregnant mama or a mom who's giving birth, I really recommend these pajamas. They're really great. I really like them. And they have the buttons right down the front. Same train for pajamas. This is another pair that I have The brand is technically Eddie Bauer, but I got them at Costco. It just came as a set. So this is the top. Whoops. These are the bottoms. These ones don't have the button top like I would prefer. I'm trying to find cheap ones on Amazon that would have the button top but with long pants. I'm having a little bit of trouble. I did order one pair and I did not find them soft and cozy like the review said. So I'm still on the hunt for a good pair. If you have a pair of pajamas that you really like that button down the front but are pants on the bottom, preferably that tie, and aren't $45 like the sets on Amazon, let me know. I am on the hunt. I'm also going to bring this pair of jogger long pants. I've had these forever. I don't even know. I have no idea where these are even from. I've had these since high school. But they are joggers that I know I can pull really high-waisted, and they have the drawstring so I can tighten them, loosen them as much as I want. I am the type of person that tends to run really cold. Does not really matter where I am. I am always cold. I always want to be in layers. I want to be under a cozy blanket. And I just have a feeling the hospital is going to be very cold. So I wanted some pants options. Speaking of knowing that I would be really cold, I went ahead and bought myself a new bathrobe. I just got this on Amazon. I had owned one already. I have had it since probably I was a freshman in high school. The pockets have huge holes in them where everything falls out. The sleeves are like kind of too short. It's just really old. So I decided, let's just go ahead and purchase a new one that I'll actually be excited to wear. So I got this one on Amazon. I'll link everything down below that I can link, just so that if you love this color, for example, as much as I do, you can get this exact one. But this is just a really nice bathrobe that I'm very excited to wear. Next thing, not that exciting, but very important, is super high-waisted underwear. I saw this recommended by a handful of people who had had C-sections before. It's really important post C-section that you don't have anything that can catch or rub or irritate your scar. So these are really high-waisted. They're really silky smooth. There's no like lace or seams or anything. These are seamless and just nothing that will catch on it. So I just bought a pack of these off of Amazon, just black, but I just have a bunch of these. Like I said, all in black. Not that exciting, but very important. The next thing are these very tangled up because I washed them. There we go. Nursing bras. Again, these are from Amazon. These were also recommended because you can get them in a pack of 5 for relatively affordable. It's hard to do it not on yourself. There we go. You just pop this off, folds down, pop it back on. They're like a sports bra material, but they do still hook in the back, so they are a little bit more structured, have a little bit more support. I also like that I won't have to lift something over my head. I can just slip my arms in and hook it in the back. This came in a pack of 5 different colors. I went with kind of this pastel pack. I doubt I will need all 5. This is just where my overpacking comes in. I would rather be overprepared than underprepared. I can also roll these super small, so it's not a huge deal for these to take up room. But yeah, these are going in as well. Next are just socks. Like I mentioned before, I'm always cold. My feet are always cold. I wear socks all the time, all day, every day. So I just have a variety of socks. But I'm also going to bring these little sock slipper type things because they have grippies on the bottom. So I think I'll feel a little bit more comfortable walking around the hospital with something like this that has the grips. I'll also be packing my black Crocs. They're my favorite shoes in the world, which is why I'm not packing them just yet. I wear them everywhere currently, so I don't want to pack them yet, but I will also be bringing those because with those I can just slip them on, slip them off. I won't slip wearing them, that sort of thing, but these are obviously a little bit warmer than my Crocs, so these will be going in with me as well. I had to grab some of my other stuff. I didn't have it in here like I thought. So these next things are going to be very like C-section specific. For example, this is a C-section belly band. Just falling out of my hands. So this is a C-section recovery band. This was actually gifted to me at my baby shower, along with these C-section silicone scar patches. These are both by Freedom Mom. If you're familiar with that brand, they have basically all the essentials for mom after birth and a lot of baby stuff. And it's really important that you have something to help support your belly because your muscles and everything just got cut through. Not to be gruesome or anything like that, but yeah, you definitely need a little extra support. So I will be bringing this with me as well. I don't know for sure if I'll like it. There's a ton of different options. So if I need to order something else, I will, but I'd rather try this first since this was gifted to me. Next is like my toiletries, basically. When I was packing this, I felt like I was packing for vacation. This is just like your basic, like I said, toiletries. I have face wash in here, a little travel shampoo and conditioner, a little bit of mascara and makeup remover. That's more so just in case we do take some pictures, I'll feel a little bit more like myself if I at least have some mascara on. I also just grabbed a bunch of scrunchies and ponytails to throw in here. I'm not packing my toothbrush yet. I have a electric toothbrush that I like to use. Obviously still using that. I also need to pack other things like deodorant and that sort of thing. This bag does not actually fit as much as I thought it was going to, so I need to switch out bags to a bigger one before I fully put it in here, but you guys get the idea. Toiletries will go into a bag that will go in here. A couple of other things that I'll be bringing that I don't necessarily want to pack yet. Chargers. We have a couple 8-foot and 10-foot chargers. Definitely want those. I'm also gonna pack one of my pillows. I have a feeling I'm gonna be there for a couple days at least, just recovering from my C-section, and I'll sleep better if I have my own pillow. Okay, so that's basically everything that I'm bringing. While I actually pack it, I thought I would tell you kind of the overview of what my second trimester was like. I did a whole video about the first trimester. I thought it'd be a little bit more fun to be a little bit more casual talking about the second trimester instead of being so serious talking about it. Plus my second trimester was nicely uneventful, I have to say. I think when I did my first trimester video, I did the weeks a little bit off. I think I went a little bit over, I think I kind of dipped into some of my second trimester symptoms. So just in case, I might repeat some of those things because I kind of forget what I said in that video. But basically, my second trimester, it did start out still a little bit rough. I still had a lot of lingering symptoms from the first trimester. It wasn't like, oh, now I'm in the second trimester, so a flip just switches. A switch just flips. I always accidentally say that backwards. Basically, it didn't just turn off like I hoped it would. I still struggled with symptoms all the way until 16 weeks, specifically nausea. My nausea was actually the worst that it had been at 16 weeks. That's when I had to get a prescription for Zofran. They technically prescribed it to me to take like up to 3 times a day. I just take it as needed. I think I mentioned this in some of my other videos. I do have a phobia of vomiting and nausea and that sort of thing, so my prescription is more anxiety based. I have it more for an as needed basis. But there were, a handful of times I did have to take it because I was extremely nauseous. It usually happened after I would go out to eat somewhere. That seemed to be when it was worst. Like I had it really bad after going to Olive Garden with my family once. But having the Zofran and being able to take it made a huge difference. And once I realized the Zofran actually really works, oh my gosh, that did wonders for my mental health regarding nausea. So even though those like 15 to 17 weeks was the worst for my nausea, knowing that I had Zofran as an option really helped, I have to say. That really made a big difference for me, luckily. Like I said, I just take it on an as needed basis. It's not something that I take consistently, but I don't really need to. At this point, I think it was 17 or 18 weeks, my husband Dan and I went back up to Minnesota to go see the play Wicked, which is my favorite musical of all time. And it was like a huge family outing. Like all of my I shouldn't say all of my extended family, most of my extended family was there, so that was my opportunity to tell them that it was triplets. I waited so long because I wanted to be able to tell them in person and see their reactions, which was so worth it. But during that trip, before we left, I told Dan I'm low on Unisum. I was taking Unisum for nausea, and I got really anxious. I was like, we need to buy more Unisum before we go on our trip because I need it so that I don't feel nauseous. Well, of course, in the craziness of trying to pack and get on the road, we did not stop and get it. And I wasn't able to get it the first night we were there, I think. So I went to bed that night and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be so rough. And I was so nervous. The next day, I got about halfway through the day before I realized, I feel totally fine. Which was an amazing feeling. I can't deny that epiphany of, oh my gosh, I don't feel like crap. I don't have this consistent nauseous feeling in the back of my mind. This is amazing. Just to have that nausea gone. I still purchased more Unisum because it helps me sleep. And then I noticed in my subsequent doctor's visits after that, I was finally gaining weight. I had to regain the weight that I had lost in the first trimester before I counted it as like actually gaining weight, but to see the numbers on the scale go up felt so good, especially after they had been kind of pushing me, you need to be gaining weight. And I was like, I'm trying, but food sounds like the worst thing in the entire world. So to have it sound good and to actually be able to eat it was amazing. That was like the best feeling in the world. So my second trimester felt so easy compared to the first trimester, simply because food sounded good again and I wasn't nauseous. Now in the third trimester, I still want to eat. Food still sounds good, but man, these babies, they are pushing like up this way. They just don't have a lot of room. so my stomach feels so small. So as much as I want to eat, I just don't got a lot of room. So kind of going back, but no nauseous, and so I will take it. I don't know how to fold this thing. I should have put this in first. How do I fold it? Ah. It's not going to be folded nicely. Okay, that'll do, and then I'll just tuck the... there. Okay, well that takes up the entire time. I definitely should have packed this first. Oh well. I think I'll have to readjust this when I want to add my shoes and stuff. And I was gonna pack Dan's clothes in here because I was like, let's not bring a bajillion bags. Let's just bring one. But this robe takes up basically the entire thing. I'm gonna have to re-sort this, but there. Beautiful. That's my hospital bag. It was very surreal to go to the doctor's office to my one appointment. I wasn't quite to the 3rd trimester yet, I don't think, but she was saying like, you should have your bag ready because you never know. I have to admit, I put it off for a little bit, I think because actually packing this thing would make it seem real, and this pregnancy, I have to admit, has gone by like that in a flash, in the blink of an eye. It has gone by so quickly, so I was kind of nervous. Packing the hospital bag meant it was real, but I had a good burst of motivation after watching some YouTube videos and decided to just tackle it. And now that it's pretty much done, at least everything is in one place. That feels very great. Before I sign off, I feel like I should do a little belly update. I'm sitting on the floor, so I don't know how best to show you. This is not working. Let me stand up. Okay, I had to readjust you for a belly update, but I feel like it's so much different than the last one that I gave, so hopefully I can get this framed correctly. My shirt doesn't even fit. But this is the belly. Large and in charge. My belly button, I think I mentioned this previously, my belly button has been out since 17, 18 weeks. So, but that's the belly. How crazy is that? I had an appointment about a week ago at this point, and she measured my belly and she said it is the size that a traditional pregnancy would be at 9 months. And I'm at about 7.5. So that was crazy to hear. I'm also very easily out of breath, if you can't tell. So yes, I'm glad I remembered to do a little bump date for you guys. So thank you so much for watching today's video. It was really much needed to go through this and organize it with you guys, and then be able to give you a little insight into what the 2nd trimester was like. Luckily, like I mentioned, it was so easy. I felt extremely lucky and thankful that my 2nd trimester went so much better than my 1st. I'm full on in the 3rd trimester now. I just flipped to 31 weeks. I'm not sure what I'll be when I upload this video, probably closer to 32, which is surreal. I'll be giving birth in the next like 3 to 6 weeks, which is crazy. I have a couple other videos I want to get out before then, so hopefully I can get those filmed for you guys. If there's anything specific that you want to see, let me know, and hopefully I can squeeze it in before we give birth to the babes. But oh my gosh, it's gonna be here before we know it. If you want to be a part of the journey and you aren't already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, let me know that you like content like this, and I will keep making it. Otherwise, thanks for sticking around for this part of my journey and being supportive. I see all your comments and I really appreciate it. They really warm my heart, especially on those tough days where I'm just not feeling very confident or energized or whatever it may be. I go back and I read your comments and they really make me smile. So thank you so much. So anyway, before I get too mushy, thanks again for watching this video and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.